Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for coming. So, guys, I want to share with you about a healing transformation that just took place in my life. So, this video is a little bit all over the place. You may want to make some tea or coffee or whatever your preference is. I am drinking a nice hot cup of tea. Oh my God, look at this. My hair is on my tea. It's combing this way, y'all. But anyway, I'm drinking a nice hot cup of tea. It's peach, country peach, black cherry, passion fruit, raspberry, a splash of lime. Oh, and ginger. That's the tea I'm drinking right now. It's about 4-ish in the morning, and I've been debating about making this video, but I feel like these are the type of videos that I don't know, I just feel like I'm being used by divine. And I need to just move forward. So please get something to drink. It's going to be all over the place. I don't have a lot of structure. I started to write something down, but then I thought, no, I'm not going to stick to a script. I'm just going to tell you a story. So for those of you who are new to my channel, and maybe you don't know, but when I was 12 years old, in 7th grade, I was raped behind a church by a boy in my class. And he used, like there was the glass 7-Up bottles where it had like a jagged edge on it. So he tried to puncture my throat with the jagged edge of the bottle, right? But for some reason it just wouldn't go in. And he drugged me by my feet, and my back was scraped, and it was just a horrible incident. This is when I was in 7th grade. And then he went to school the next day, and he bragged to everyone about what he did to me. And I told them, like, oh no, he didn't, but that's, So I suppressed the story for years. And I didn't really deal with, I didn't want to tell my father, because I didn't want my father to go to jail for killing him. And I didn't, I kept it to myself. I went from being pretty much straight A student to being barely passing. And my mother was just thinking, like, oh my God, Sandy is just fast. But, so anyway, this incident changed my life. I suppressed it. I didn't talk about, other than saying, oh no, that didn't happen, or it wasn't as bad. So, years later, when I was away at college, I had a nervous breakdown, child. And I was very, very, very angry with God. I remember I was writing a paper and about marital rape, and the whole everything flashed back to me. And I was like, God, didn't you hear me calling you? Like, how could you allow this to happen to a 12-year-old girl? Like, I wasn't even a bad person yet. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't done anything to deserve this. And I was more angry with God than I was with the young man who did it, right? So of course, after years and years of therapy and counseling and all kind of, just everything, I feel like I forgave. It was easy to forgive this young man, right? I did like a little ritual with the tree, and I wrote a letter, but I don't know, but I guess somewhere in my heart, I just always felt like, God, didn't you hear me calling you? Like, my family is Baptist, and when you go to church and they say, oh, God can do anything. God would never let you down. All you have to do is ask, and da 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 da. So in my mind, I'm thinking, up until 2 days ago, God let this happen to me Because if God loved me, he would have never let that happen to me, right? He would have never, ever allowed, a 12-year-old girl to be in such a violent situation, right? So I don't know what happened. So that happened to me. In my mind, I had dealt with it in terms of counseling and and forgiveness. I always think I'm a person that's easy for me to forgive. And I thought everything was good. All right. So a couple nights ago, I had a dream. And I had a dream that it was like I was in an ocean, and the ocean was it was ice. Everything was frozen around me, but what woke me up was loud crackling sounds of ice breaking, like the ocean was breaking up. I mean, it was super loud, and you could see like the fish starting to flow, and the different, whatever the little plants are in the ocean, and everything was just like really, I mean, just like, it was so real. This is 2 nights ago, guys. And it woke me up because it was the cracking of the ice of this ocean, and all these, life, everything coming to life and floating away and swimming away. And I woke up, and when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I like to do is meditate. And I started to meditate. And for the first time in my life, I said to God, thank you for saving my life, God. Thank you for sparing my life. Thank you for protecting me. My entire life, I'm almost 60 years old. Well, this happened when I was 12. But my entire life, from that time, I never, ever told God, thank you for saving my life. Thank you for sparing me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for not letting that bottle go into my throat. Thank you. I can't believe I just thank God for that. And just, I'm sorry. I want to keep it together. I didn't know that I was harboring those emotions. I didn't know that I was still thinking God had let me down, that God didn't protect me, that God didn't, he wasn't there. And I don't understand, guys. I really cannot tell you why prior to 2 days ago I never had that perspective. I just don't know, But all I know is I woke up after the crackling of the ocean. And when I meditated, I just started thanking God for sparing my life and for saving me and protecting me. And I started saying, God, you really love me. And I never noticed it. And guys, the thing that's really important about this to me is that, all my life, I've always had these really big dreams, and I've always worked really hard, just a hard worker. And in my mind, I've always thought, like, how many more books do I need to write? And what else do I need to do? Like, I just feel like I've worked really hard. And in my mind, I should be much further along in my dreams, financially and otherwise, because my work ethic is so strong. And, when I started to journal, I feel like, okay, guys, this is where my dark personality is. God would never say this to me. And first of all, I was going to tell you how I feel about God in terms of belief. Like, I I believe God is magic and God is love. And I think love and magic and God are one. I do. I just think those are things you just can't control. You want to, those are things you harness. See, controlling and harnessing are two different things to me. But it's the energy that you harness, but the purity of who you are. When I say purity, your pure intentions, the honesty that you have, is going to help you in terms of what you're manifesting. But I don't want to get into that. So just to share with you how I view God. So I was thinking that God was, thinking, no matter what I do for you, if you don't know that I was, if you don't know that I was there with you that day, nothing else I do for you or show you or bless you with, you're not even going to understand it, because you don't understand that I was there. Yeah. So to spend my life not thinking that God loved me in my heart. Like if you had asked me, I forgive. But to have a life where you don't really feel like your creator loves you, or that he let you down, how can you truly love yourself? And how can you attract real love? How can you be in a healthy, loving relationship when you don't even think God loves you? And you know what's interesting is, I've been in hermit mode. I've been to myself. I've really been very, I've created this jewelry line, and I've been sewing. I have some making demons, believe it or not. I know somebody would say, oh my God, you must be a horrible person. But I think it's demons. I've been working on my demons, but didn't know that I was really working on my demons. Do you know what I'm saying? The demons that I'm sewing was me being able to release some feelings of unworthiness that I didn't even know that was in my soul. And child, nobody has gone to Reiki therapy. No one has gone to counseling. For years. I probably got a good 30 years of counseling right here, baby. And I don't know what happened. I just know that. And I do a lot of, I gotta tell you this. I work with the Gallery of Magic. When I say work with, I have a lot of their books. I'm a member, but there's a meditation or a ritual. It's called stillness. I don't know, stillness. It's a stillness meditation, but I just want to tell you about it big picture, and because it's my favorite. I know it sounds simplistic, but I think it's one of the tools that was helping me to cracking this ice. In this meditation, you move from what you're doing from this moment to when you're no longer on the planet, right? And I don't want to, give the whole thing away, but there's just one portion of the meditation where, when I think about where I'm going to be, 60 years from now, probably not, unless I probably won't be here, and I'll just be the things I left behind. I'll be a picture that my great grandkids are looking at, right? The words, man, tore me down, right? Like, we don't know that we live forever, but our form change. And now, for some reason, that really inspired me. And I remember when I first did the meditation, because I like to do it all daily, I just started thinking, wow, my great grandkids, I have my grandmother in my living room. I'm going to be a picture to them. They're going to be looking at my videos, and I'm going to exist in that version to them. And whatever I do is going to, from this point moving forward, is going to inspire them, or is going to give them a sense of shame. You know what I mean? And I started thinking, no, when my grandbabies look back, I want it, because my grandkids call me Grambo. I want them to say, my Grambo was bad. My Grambo, like, I could do this because my Grambo did that. So, anyway, in another video, I'll show you the book. But guys, the point of this video is that you may be harboring something in your soul that is preventing you from manifesting your dreams. And it's not because God doesn't love you, but if you don't see that He loves you, I don't think that He wants to, or she, they, however you perceive this energy, give you like, oh, I'm not, look at my mansion, God loves me. Look at my millions of dollars, God loves me. God is like, look, dude, I was there. I was there. I stopped at, I'm going to your throne. I saved your life. I was there as much as I could be there. And it changed my life because like I said, my grades changed. But instead of, I always feel like when you go through something like that, you're going to select two different types of drugs. You're going to either go with the alcohol and drugs. My drug was school. So that's how I ended up with all these degrees, because it was like, oh, let me just concentrate on this. So my energy was channeled to still be productive while my heart was healing. So I feel like God has been very good to me. And I am very blessed. And in the most horrible day of my life, God was right there with me, and I didn't recognize it 2 days ago. So I really hope this video helps someone. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you, darling, in the next video.